How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here, and this right here is the Evercade. Well, I've talked about this on my channel before. Handheld game system, love the backlighting, love what it can do. All of the carts are basically multi-carts. You get like, get your money's worth for these things anyway. I'm gonna take this out while the game's still even on. And they're all cartridge-based, so it gives you something to collect for. I happen to be recently playing the Namco Museum Collection Volume 2. Because why not? I love this game. Cost efficient, works well. I'm a huge fan of the Evercade. And the games for them are really cheap too. Now, believe it or not, I don't have all of them. There's still a couple of them that are available. I got the first 14 of them, however. But I think it's something fun to collect for, and then all the games that are on here, usually when you buy one, you're getting like 20 games on one cart or something like that. There's a lot going on with this. The cool news today, as of the time you're watching this right now, it's announced officially Evercade Versus, and Evercade on their Twitter were kind of teasing this a little bit, like Evercade Versus, what's Versus? Versus what? You started thinking about what it could be, maybe a link cable between these two or something else, I don't know. Turns out, an actual brand new game system. It's an at-home console, and it's called Versus because it has the 4 USB ports, so bringing back that couch co-op, that old school gaming that I absolutely love. And one of the great things about the at-home Evercade console, which I absolutely love, it uses these exact same cartridges. So if you already have these, they're already going to work at home for you. And what's more, I can't think of another game console that's ever done this. There are 2 cartridge slots, so you can literally insert 2 games at the same time. This is an interesting concept. Now, this does not mean you can play as a character from one game onto another game on the other cartridge. It's nothing like that. But it gives you more options. It gives you the chance that you can just have loaded up the games from, some of the games from both carts at your disposal here. Or maybe there's one game that you really, really like and you never want to have it leave your console, but then the other one you can swap out for whatever you happen to be playing at the moment. I'm trying to think of any other game console that's ever let you have 2 carts in there at the same time, so you can choose from either or. It's an interesting concept, and I'm all for it. I think it's kind of neat. Up front, if you're thinking about it, it's going to be launching at $99.99. That's going to be the starting price point. Pre-orders open up at the end of May. It will be available in November, or it's shooting for a November 2021 release date. Fingers crossed that'll happen. And with some of these that we already have here, like the Namco, Data East, Interplay, Atari, Megacat Studios, Pico, Technos, got the Xenocrisis, Tanglewood, you got the Oliver Twins, the Atari Lynx, and so much more. Over 260 available games when this thing launches on over 20 cartridges, and again, I only have the first 14 of them. There's a couple more available, and then I'm sure there will be more available by the time the Evercade Versus comes out. I was curious about that too, because by the time it came out, I was like, well, will they make games specifically for the Versus? And as it turns out, because I reached out and I was just like, so what about this? As it turns out, no, I mean, even the new games that come out when the Versus comes out, those games will still work on your standard portable Evercade as well. So, super neat. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the TurboGrafx 16 and then the Turbo Express, where the same games work at home and in your console. It's a lot like that. You can actually play the games at home, or with multiple players and all that, or you can also just pop them in here and take it on the bus or on the train or on flights or whatever. The controllers, I'm going to reserve all judgment until I hold the controller myself. I think it looks okay. But I'm looking forward to checking it out. And I do like how this feels, and this can also be a controller. So if you want to back it with just the console and one controller and you already have one of these, well then you have 2 controllers, because this one can also act as a controller, when you link it up and then it goes to the television. So, sweet. Guess I can turn this off finally, huh? I'm looking forward to seeing it in action, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from you when you subscribe, and check out these other videos too. If you haven't seen the video about the Evercade, got some more Evercade videos right here just for you. I knew this was coming, so I had this set up especially for you, right? Take care.